Good afternoon. It is 7 minutes past 12 on your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and it's just about time for the big question. The big question is where we get to discuss and provide solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. And the big question is broadcast Mondays through Fridays at 5 minutes past 12 on Women Radio 91.7. Feel free to join the conversation. You can call us up on 07000 917 917, or you can send us a text or WhatsApp message on 070 317 565 37. And today, in case you're wondering what the big question for today is, we're looking at the 2023 presidential elections. For the people, all the pockets. For the people, all the pockets. I'm very sure you're wondering, what are we talking about? Yes. What we're talking about is the fact that the 2023 general elections are drawing the elections are drawing very, very close, and it seems as though everybody is running. Like, we have like a whole list of people who are running for presidency. We have like a whole lot. Some people have declared, some people have not. We have people like Dr. Chris Ngige, Professor Yemi Oshibanjo. We have Rotimi Amechi, Peter Obi, Ashewaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have Tari Oba Oliver. We have Khadija Okunu Lamidi, Rabiu Kwakwaso, Yahaya Bello, Dave Umahi, Yemson Wike. We have Aminu Tamboa. We have Sam Ohabua. We have Ayim Pius Ayim. We also have Patience Key. We have Kingsley Mogalo, and we have Izini Mark Anthony. So many people. So many people. And with the fact that we have a whole lot facing us as a nation at this time, insecurity, high rates of unemployment, food insecurity, so many things that we're talking about at this time. And we see so many people running for presidency, and we're wondering, are these people just coming out just because they have a solution they want to put in place to curb all of these things? Or is it for some other interest that we need to find out? Is that something we need to know? I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have my guest joining me over the phone this afternoon, and my guest is Chris Mustafa Mokobia Jr. He is the convener of Country First Movement. Good afternoon, Chris. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be on with you.
Yes, please. My name is Esther Alarabi. Chris, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the 2023 general elections. The conversation, first of let's have an interim government for a while after President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure, first of coming in from Are Afe Babalola. What do you think about that, first of?
I think it's not a welcome development. Whatever we want an interim government to do can be done by President Muhammadu Buhari. What we have to do is put the pressure on Mr. President to attend to the very serious issues of nationhood. The next, if you like, 13 months is long enough for any president who wants to walk the path of restructuring. Don't forget that Mr. President and my party, the Progressive Congress, told Nigerians that it will walk the path of restructuring. So Afe Babalola is looking at several issues ranging from security, ranging from disunity, to the issues of, if you like, fiscal federalism and federalism and all. But I think that what we must do is be careful what we advocate. Don't forget that in 1993, the efforts of those who thought that the election wasn't right to have been conducted at that point. Remember the Association for Better Nigeria, led by Bimbola Davis and Senator then Atonze and Co., who were opposed to the Babangida transition and the June 12 election. In 1993. That was a red herring, that was a red flag that ultimately culminated in the annulment of the freest and the first election in history. As you and I talk, it's going to be exactly about 30 years after, 3 decades after. After Babalola may sincerely be advocating for the need for certain things to be corrected before the next election. But I would rather that, because the interim government is not known to our constitution, that is more like saying, oh, we want a disruption disruption of the process. You want a truncation of democracy, if you like. Who will become the head of the interim government? How will it emerge? You don't in trying to solve one problem to create more problems. So I think that should be thrown away. What we must begin to think about is how we push the democratic process, push the political process to ensuring that come 2023 we have a president who cares about our country, a president who is ready to walk his talk, a president who is ready to be true to what he says on paper.
A president who is going to be true to what he says. Quite very, very interesting. Now, another part we'll be looking at is the fact that we have a whole lot of issues facing us as Nigerians at this time. And to see the number of people who have declared or who have stated their interest in running for presidency come 2023 is actually very, very, is something to actually look at carefully. So a school of thought opines that if truly it is for the people that they are vying for this position to solve the problems that we have at hand, how come we have so many people, and most of those people are currently in offices where they can implement or make decisions or make things happen? Why are they not putting those ideas, those solutions in their current office while they await the presidential election?
Let me say clearly that your question has two ways to it. If you look at it simplistically, the question would be, if truly it's about the people, why are there so many positioning themselves for the high office of president come 2023?
Yes.
And then the next angle, which is this, because I naturally see the cups half full, not as half empty. And most people do not know that half full and half empty simply means that the bottle is half, that the water level is half. But the way you see it is actually what determines your perspective and approach to situations. Now, let me say very clearly that the reason you have so many candidates simply is because no longer is the big shoe of president, no longer is the high office of president considered a big shoe. Successive administrations have made the shoe too tiny and narrow that so many believe that they can fit in. I'm speaking deeply now. When we're growing up, they would tell you, the office of president is a big shoe. Can you fit into it? Now, because successive administrations, particularly since 1999, have failed to truly make that shoe big, all we have seen is one president after another blaming the past for failures. Rather than setting a new stage, rather than setting a new high, rather than setting new margins, people are consistently blaming each other. And what we have had over the years is a lowering of the bar that would be to measure leadership. So since leadership in this country, and indeed the presidency has been so low, everybody, coming in the world, every Dick and Harry believes that he or she can fit the shoe. That's why you have so many people. It's not simply because, it's for their pocket. No. How much are you going to make? You're going to spend money running for the high office of president. Let me make this clear. I didn't put it in my profile. I am the youngest to have run for the office of president in the history of our country, particularly since 1999. I ran for the high office of president in 2011. I was just about to be 40. Constitutionally, the provision then was for the age of 40. I was 40 years, about 2 weeks to the election. So I ran. And I am yet to recover from the big hole that effort put in my pocket about 11 years ago. 2011 was 11 years ago. Now, what am I trying to say? Those who are running for the office of president aren't particularly running because they want to get money. They're actually going to spend money. They are running because they believe that they can make things better. I'm speaking generally. And they believe that successful administrations have failed. And so many of them think that they can outperform. They can do better than the past administration. That's why they're running. But the question simply is, must we continue to lower the bar because previous administrations haven't done fantastic? And the answer is no. So I do sincerely think that we must, as a people, raise strong mandates. As we progress towards 2023, the media must begin to raise platforms that must interrogate those who are seeking the high office of president. And how do I mean? Because so many people who are listening will say, how do we do it? At township levels, at town hall levels, at school levels, the universities, the polytechnics, the street association, the civil society groups should begin to raise debate panels that must interrogate those. Let us not wait until the National Debate Commission, or whatever you call it, chooses 10 or 5 candidates to debate themselves. Let us begin to do what I call elimination series. Let's look for the best person come 2023. We cannot continue to say, oh, because everybody, I'm so sure that tomorrow or next tomorrow and the next 1 week, more people will declare for the high office of president. And the reason they're doing that is because, clearly, like I said, the shoe doesn't appear big enough anymore. So everyone believes that his legs can fit that office. And you don't blame them. You blame those who have occupied that office and those who have reduced the length and the depth of that shoe.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris, for that detailed analysis, because truly, a lot of people are saying that if we have all of these issues on our hands, why are so many people so interested? Is it because the allocations and everything that comes with the office is quite rosy and all of that? Talking about cutting down cost of governance. I don't know if you share that sentiment also.
Let me make you laugh a bit. You will have to get to an office. You will have to get to an office before you know how much gets to that office. Simply imagining that, let me become, won't you win an election before you were able to spend that money? The truth is that, yes, we can't put the cart before the horse. The truth is that so many people are seeking the high office of president because they think that they can win. And the reason they think that they can win is because those who have occupied the office lately haven't done so well. So they think they're better than those who occupy the office presently. That's chiefly why they're running. And then the challenge before all of us, and I think that's part of why After Babala's senior local government is saying that, well, perhaps maybe we should delay the elections and correct our federalism. Because whether you like it or not, if we are able to get a new administration, I support a candidate for 2023. But the point is that I have always told him that what we must first of all look at is how we restructure this country where we're able to change the rent-seeking and rent-taking nature of government, where we're able to make the component parts from the local government to the state government and then the federal government responsible and responsive to the people. We don't run a nation the way we run ours. We don't make the local government and state government like beggars coming to the federal government every month and to receive allocation. We must create a government that works. We must make our government responsible and responsive. That's the fundamental issue. So I think that the challenge before anybody who becomes president come 2023 is enormous. I do not envy anybody who wins the next election. My friend and brother, Yaya Bello, is one of those who are running for the high office of president. He has youth and age on his side. He's 46. He has the youngest cabinet in the history of our country. He has the highest number of women participation in government.
But you know very well, Chris, let me interrupt you there.
Let me just, I'm not trying to campaign for him. I'm just trying to drive home the point.
No,
that I do not envy whoever becomes president in 2023. The challenge of nationhood is far more onerous now than ever.
Well, we're just going to keep our fingers crossed and see the kind of ideas that these people have and the solutions they want to bring to these issues, because we are at that point where we just want a political miracle and something just comes and just take take away everything that people have been talking about and all of this. Quite interesting conversation, I must say, Chris. It is 22 minutes past 12 on Women Radio 91.7, and this is The Big Question. The Big Question is where we discuss and proffer solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. The Big Question is broadcast from Mondays through Fridays at 5 minutes past 12. You can send in your comments on 070-317-56537. You can send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070-317-56537, or you could even call us on 07000-917-917. Now, still talking about this same topic of discourse, 2023 presidential elections, for the people or the pocket. Now, let's look at this other angle of this particular conversation. First off, it is not just enough that we elect leaders into positions, but we are talking at the point where Nigerians are. We need leaders who are people-driven, leaders who will feel the pulse of the people. Because I go through the hassle of getting my PVC, I go out on elections day just to elect somebody, and at the end of the day, every single thing that this person's read to me as manifesto that I should be expecting, I see nothing of this. And when it comes to holding these people accountable, there is nothing to be accounted for. Instead, I get words like, let them go and do this. There's this sitting governor who said something about people who are asking for flyover bridge and bridges, how many cars they have and what's like that. These words are insensitive. These people elected you into office. It is just right that you do right by that office and do right by the people. Yes, Chris.
You want me to...
Yes, you're going to be picking it up from the part where we don't just want leaders, but leaders who understand the people. Leaders who understand that it is not just about the gimmicks of politics. But
okay, let me say that the urgency of now is exactly what you have explained, or what you have. That's why I kept quiet. I listened to you, sounded quite poetic and quite philosophical. But let me say here, which is very important for our listeners to digest, that leadership is at the core of our problem. But primarily, we don't just blame leadership. There's something we must do as citizens. We must learn to ask questions.
Okay.
It's not like, after every election cycle, everybody goes back home waiting for another 4 years for certain individuals to come to tell us what they wouldn't keep, manifestos that they wouldn't live by, and they tell us things on paper that they wouldn't do. I think that the time has come for us, like I said, youth groups, town associations, media, every grouping that we have to begin to raise what you call popular action, not demonstrations if you like, but consistently use the social media, the internet, and several available vehicles to call our leaders to question, to call them to order. Save and accept our society begins to ask strong questions. Save and accept will learn to call and shame. Save and accept will learn to make responsible demands of leaders. Our search for that new republic, our search for a country that works will be like the wait for Godot. I think that the time has come, and I must say, which is the urgency of now, as we proceed toward 2023, to begin to ask questions, to begin to interrogate those who seek to govern us. Some of them are governors today. Some of them are ministers. Some of them are in office, like you noted when we opened this conversation. And the question is, what have they done? Yesterday, Nkike, who ironically happens to be my in-law, said he wants to be president. And the question is, as you and I talk, ASU, under his scope of reference, has been on strike, and nothing serious has been done. Under his tenure as the Minister of Labour, we have seen the highest number. Workers have been on strike, medical doctors have been on strike, ASU is on strike, and then you ask yourself, is he going to become a president that will put the whole of Nigeria to strike? That's point number one. And number two, as you and I talk, young boys and young girls are injured. There's an 85-year-old woman who was taken from that train, that ill-fated train that was going to Kaduna. So many of them have not been released. And in other times, the Minister of Transport will a shame. But the Minister of Transport went to Port Harcourt and was running around the stadium and telling us that he wants to be president. And he hasn't mentioned or said anything strong about the safety of our roads. And he hasn't done anything in conjunction with Mr. President and Secretary agencies in that line. And then here we have a former governor of Lagos State who is allegedly the chief landlord of the state of Lagos, who has made humongous resources out of Lagos. He tells us he wants to become president. And then the question is, where did he get the humongous resources? In 1999, he was barely, he didn't have an SUV of his own. Today, he's about the richest political operator in the whole country. And then these are questions Nigerians must begin to ask. If you don't ask these questions, if you don't do what I call programmatic and purposeful elimination series, we will have the same problems to chew after 2023.
But Chris, you would agree with me that for every of these people, because I listened to you quite carefully, and you mentioned these people, you mentioned some bots to these people as regards their offices. Now, the point here is, for everybody that we're going to mention his or her name who is vying for this position, there's definitely a bot somewhere. Now, the point is...
Every human being created by God has...
yes, some kind of bot flaws.
Positives and negatives. Definitely. But when your negative outweighs your positive,
that's
then
when we have a problem.
Question. Yeah.
Truly, I truly agree with everything that you've said, but the point is, if we begin to point fingers at everybody and call everybody out for this and this, you might be surprised that we have nobody to run for these offices.
No, that's why I said that when you have negatives that outweigh positives, then you have a problem. But not everybody has negatives that outweigh positives. I talked to my personal friend. The only thing people are pointing fingers without even verifying, they say you haven't paid salaries, and that's not true.
But that conversation has just been everywhere for a very long time.
But that's not true, and that's what we've been trying to liquidate. That is absolutely untrue. We've come to call it beer parlor tales. That's not true. And then let me give you an interesting information.
Yes.
Research in Africa, who runs the most gender sensitive administration, the administration in the whole of Africa that has the best gender parity. It's not the man in Rwanda, it's Kogi State.
Now,
that's gender sensitive. Now, let me also make you understand that he runs the most youth-friendly administration in our country. Let me also make you understand that as you and I talk,
don't forget that. Don't forget that if we decide to go...
So I don't turn your program to a campaign.
Yes, because I was going to cut you off because it was beginning to sound like that now at this point. So the point now is, if we begin to look at each and every one of these people, you would clearly see that there is something about each person that if everybody starts pointing out fingers, because this same person you're talking about here, if we have more people, the masses from that particular state who will come out to say this and this, they will definitely have things to say. But all the same, it has been a very, very, very interesting conversation with you, Chris. As we wrap up, what would be your words to Nigerians? And this is coming from a Nigerian, to Nigerians with no sentiment, nothing. What would you be saying to the Nigerians? What would you advise? What would you ask people to look out for? Because yes, you mentioned something about people going through the elimination series, having debates even before the main national debate and all of this. So what do people get to do?
Let me say clearly, and this is very important, that it was to forget me, I will blessed memory that said that hope is the last milk in the human breast. Nigerians must have faith in their country, point number one. Point number two, we must clean up our PBCs and be ready to vote come 2023. Don't believe those who are saying that their votes or their votes won't count. If votes don't count at all, people won't spend money to buy votes. So if people will spend as much money to buy votes, then what you have to understand is that the good young people and women, people out there should get out and come out to vote when it is time to vote, and then stay around to watch and ensure that their votes count. That's number two. Number three, we must have faith in ourselves as a people and begin to raise, I have consistently said that, raise neighborhood associations, groupings, student groups that will make demands of leadership. we must learn to call out our leaders. And then point number 4, which is very important, we cannot give up on ourselves and indeed our country. And number 5, as we walk towards 2023,
Chris, please
research and validate.
We have this call coming in. Hello, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Ambrose. Good afternoon, Prof.
Good afternoon, Ambrose.
Greetings, Prof. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my brother. Well, I don't know if he's hearing me.
He can hear you.
He's somebody I respect so much. I've been following him since early 2000. And honestly, without being modest, I'm disappointed in him. For him to tell me that Governor Bello is not owing salary. I grew up in Lokoja. I schooled in Kogi State.
Okay.
And a lot of my contemporaries, they work with the local government. They work in Kogi State. This man is owing salaries. Sometimes he pays 20%, 30%. Is it that Prof is just saying what Governor... if you want to ask questions, you cannot make allusions. No, you cannot make allusions.
All right, thank you very much, Ambrose. Ambrose, please listen over the radio. Yes,
very importantly, very importantly, let me answer Ambrose. You see, when, like I noted, when you have great politics, people take it home. Somebody said he grew up in Lokoja. When did he leave Lokoja? That's the first question. And then you have a lot of people who are banding information. I'll give you another instance. If you are giving him more time, he will tell you that there is a certain salary account.
We're rounding up right now, actually.
Then let me for the purpose, I try to make snappy, I don't argue there's snappy, So you will go on to tell you that there was a certain salary account that's fixed by Kogi State. That is not true. The EFCC have apologized and withdrawn that case. So you have a lot of tales in the marketplace that people throw up if they want to pull down someone. The truth is that you can verify. Go online, put in, and then ask those who are saying that they are owing them salaries to bring out their evidence. That's the point. So I don't think that it is right to throw up issues and begin to castigate or disparage people based on what you hear. The time to validate, that was what I was even trying to say as my closing point. The time to validate, verify, cross-check, and research the information we take and swallow is now.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Chris Mustafa Nwakobe, for joining us this afternoon.
God bless you. God bless Nigeria.
Yes, it was quite an interesting episode speaking to you this afternoon. Do have a lovely day. Yes. All right. This is all we can take on the big question this afternoon. Amazing conversation. These are hard talks that we need to start talking about ahead of the 2023 general election, because when you just hear people's name, before you vote for somebody or before you go out to cast your vote, look through, research about those people, find out what they've done, tales about them, even though some might not be true, but at least you know for a fact that you know who you're voting for, you know who you're banking on before you go into these things. Well, conversations like this do not end here. We'll keep talking and keep talking till the point where we as Nigerians feel very, very comfortable and we can go to bed rest assured that yes, everything is all right with us and we are at that point where we want. This is where I get to say bye to you on the big question this afternoon. Do have to join us again tomorrow at 12 on the big question. My name is Esther Alaribe. Good afternoon.